Hello everyone, welcome to CodeChef. Myself Jwala Chaurasia, and today we are going to solve the problem which came into Starters 200. The name of the problem is Good Subsequence and the problem code is GOODSUB7. The difficulty rating of the problem is Cakewalk and the prerequisite is set off. Let's start with reading the problem statement over here. So guys, problem says a sequence B is called good if B of I mod 2 is not equal to B of I minus 1 mod 2 for all I which lies from 2 to B. For example, 1, 2, 3 and 4 are good sequences, but 1, 3 is not. You are given an array A of length n. Find the length of the largest subsequence of A that is good. A subsequence is a sequence that can be formed by deleting some possibly zero elements from the array without changing the order. For example, this are subsequences, but this is not. Input format: the first line of input will contain a single integer t denoting the number of test cases. Each test case consists of multiple lines of input. The first line of each test case contains a single integer n. The second line contains n integer a1, a2 till a of n. Output format: for each test case, output on a new line. The length of the largest good subsequence of A. Constraint: for t lies from 1 to 100, for n lies from 1 to 100, for a of I lies from 1 to 100. So guys, now let's understand the sample test case in the question more precisely by here. So guys, this question is pretty much straightforward. It says that a sequence B is called good if B of I mod 2 is not equal to B of I minus 1 mod 2. Okay, for all I which lies from 2 to B. Okay, so you can see this sequence basically 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this sequence, well, let's say B of I, so B of I minus 1 would be this. Okay, a previous one. So mod 2, of course they won't be they won't be same, right? Of course, this is an odd number, there is an even 1 and 0. Okay, so we have to, so yeah, so we are given an array of length n. We have to find the length of the largest subsequence of A that is good. Okay, now let's take the first test case. In the first test case, we have got an array 1, 2, 6, 3. So the largest subsequence would be, so if we will take this one and this one, their modulo 2 would be same, right? 1, 1. So we can't take this, right? So I can take this one, then I can take this 2. Let's say if I take this 6, then again this and this modulo 2 would be the same, right? So I can't take this again, okay, right? So the largest subsequence would be 1, 2, 3. 2. So this would be the output. The length is 3. So 3 is the length of the largest subsequences, which is called as good. So guys, I think the test cases are pretty much clear. Now let's move to the simple solution. So we only care about each A of I modulo 2, right? So replace A of I with 0 if it is even and 1 if it is odd. For example, this array turns into this. After this reduction, a subsequence is good if and only if it doesn't contain two adjacent equal characters. That is, good subsequence must look like either this or this. Cool. The longest such subsequence can be found greedily using the following algorithm. Always choose A of 1. Let P denote the index of the last chosen element. Initially P is equals to 1. Then for each I from 2 to n in order A of I not equal to A of P, including A of I into the subsequences. If A of I is included, update P to equal I and increment the answer by 1. There are other ways to look at this as well. For example, the answer is equal to the number of contiguous blocks of 0 by 1s in A. For example, for A, there are 4 blocks. So the answer is 4 as right. So the number of blocks is equal to 1 plus the number of indices I such that A of I is not equal to A of I plus 1. So guys, I think the solution is also pretty much clear. Now let's move towards the simple C++ code. So guys, this is my simple C++ code. I took the input for all the test cases as well as my array. I initialize answer equal to 1. Okay, I'm running a for loop and every index I'm checking, yeah, whether they are not same and incrementing my answer variable, and that should be my answer. And as you can see that guys, I have got my C++ code right now. Let's move toward the Python code. So guys, this is my similar Python code. I took the input for all the test cases as well as my array. I initialize answer equal to 1 initially. I'm running a for loop from 1 to n. Yeah, over here I'm checking A of I modulo 2 is not equal to A of I minus 1 modulo 2. And that if that's the case, I will increment my answer variable, and at the last I'm simply printing my answer. And as you can see that guys, I have got my Python code right. So guys, I think the solution, the code and the approach was pretty much clear. Now let's meet in the next video. Thank you so much guys for watching our videos.